is Susan Mary Malone, and I am a traditionally published author, and I'm also an award-winning editor as well. I have 6 books that I've written that have been traditionally published. I have, at this point, more than 40, I think about 50 books of my clients that have been traditionally published. I'm a developmental editor, which is somewhat different from a copy editor and a proofreader. Those are drops in the bucket in the whole developmental editor umbrella under it. But what I do is very all-inclusive, very comprehensive, very in-depth. And it's a multi-pronged process as well. And the first part of it is the actual developmental edit. And what I do is, when I get a manuscript in, I first read through it to know where the characters are going, to know where the plot's going, to see where we are, and then I go back and start the edit. And I write all over the pages, in between the lines and the margins, on the back of pages with longer examples. And with that also comes a really in-depth critique, which is anywhere from 20 to 30 pages, correlated very specifically to the manuscript. And what I do is go into the meat of the book. Go into the structure, the organization, the characterization, the voice and tone, just the whole shoot and match, and make sure that everything is in service to the book itself. And that way I show what a writer is doing well, what is not working and why, with a lot of examples and suggestions to fix it, and make sure that entire arc of the storyline and as the characters move through it is all fits together. Then once I send the manuscript back, the writer and I will have a discussion and make sure that he understands everything that I've done. If there's any lingering questions, we will hash out anything that has to do with it. And that's also a very motivational sort of a conversation, because it's very overwhelming when you first get this back. The idea of writing a book and what's in your head and translating that to the page sometimes doesn't happen as clearly as you see it. And that's where my job comes in as well. Then as the writer is going through revisions, I am here. I'm here daily, if need be, for him to bounce anything off of me, to see if he's applying the principles correctly as he's learning them, because there are a lot of tools and a lot of skills that go into writing well. Then once revisions are entirely done, he will send the manuscript back to me, and I will go over it again. And at that point, that's a very hard copy edit that goes with that to get it in the final shape to go to the market, and also an assessment. Is the book ready to go? Are there still problems? You know, okay, now we still have some work here. So that once we're ready to market that book, we both know that it is truly ready to go. Writing a book is one thing, fashioning into a real book that is saleable is a whole different monster. And so that's what we do.